Yes, just like I said before we went for that short break, and glad to have you join us again on the Roundtable. And we have in the studio Comrade Kunle Adesoya, sorry about that, President Association of Waste Management Vendors in Ogun State, in the studio. Also, it's still the same topic we were looking at. Yes, government have put policies together. Government has said that this is the way to go. This is what you should do. And if, in any case, the policy of government is not sitting well with the association, then sometimes we have disputes, and this is also definitely inevitable in a society that a sector is guided by rules, there are rules and regulations and all of that. So today, join us as I welcome into the studio, Comrade Kunle Adesoya, the President Association of Waste Management Vendors in Ogun State. Good morning. Thank you for being part of the show this morning. Yes, we've been talking with Honorable Abayomi Uyen before you stepped into the studio, and we're actually looking at the same issue where, so there are a lot of allegations from the vendors talking about maybe multiple registration, extortion in licensing, and all other things that you have, accused, yes, let me put it that way, or alleged government to have been doing. Can you just come out and clarify some things to us here?
Thank you very much. I think all these allegations leveled against the exit is false. They just gang up against the government policy, against the exit, because this existing law has been in place before the arrival of Inyan Abayomi, the SACO of Obama. I think we are paying 50,000 naira before. From that 50,000 naira, it was rated to 100,000. That was before Abayomi arrived. Abayomi came in 2024. So now, when he came on board, he saw what is happening, then see the increment in the budget of the state, which he has no choice due to the increment of diesels and other things being used in the runnings of the agency. Okay. So, in our belief, before they can meet up, he has to increase the adjustment of the payment of the license we used to pay every year. So, long before that, this opposition paraded themselves. I mean, my former executive. They are my former executive.
I was even going to ask you, Comrade Kunle, that there were claims from your association where we have read on dailies that you were saying that those who were protesting against the government are actually the Oguama's leadership who have been suspended since 2023. How true is this? How true is this?
That is the area I'm going. These persons parading themselves are the executive of this association. I have placed them on indefinite suspension since November 2023.
Why?
Due to their atrocity.
Okay.
Number one, we register the name of this association as Association of Waste Management Vendors and Recyclers of Ogun State. Now, we are given a letter of recognition by the state government under the agency of Obama. They give us a letter of recognition on the name of Association of Waste Management Vendors and Recyclers. Now, we have started operating, doing fine. Along the line, I don't know what happened to them due to some conspiracies that they want to be registered multiple registration in one company, which is against the law of the state government. Now, when I discovered those atrocities, that many complaints from the vendors
Manipulation.
Yes. So I called them. I discussed with them. They said, Mr. President, you cannot come and be saying this and that to us. We know what you are doing. We are the larger people. That is to say, most of these vendors are based in Ota.
Okay.
So, and that is no, because Ota is an industrial hub.
They have the population.
So now, we started dragging this issue. Before I know it, we have agreed, we all went together, gone together to Gateway Mortgage Bank to register the name of the association in order to be using that bank as where we kept our money and utilize it. All of a sudden, after sometimes, I mean, we have not even have a bylaw. We are still processing a bylaw. We have approached a lawyer to help us, I mean, to give us understanding how we prepare the bylaw. So all of a sudden, they sent a copy of bylaw to me to fetch it and sign. When I saw it,
and you now ask on whose authority?
Yes, I mean, even they send it through a vehicle from Ota down to me because I reside in Abeokuta here, and our secretariat here is in Abeokuta here at Leme. So they sent it to me. When I got it, I go over it. The content of that bylaw pissed me off by seeing waste managers, recyclers of Nigeria.
Okay, they have totally changed the name.
Yes. So they have changed the name
without approval.
Without even my consent. They have changed the name.
Okay.
From the one that the state government recognized, from the one we use in register at the bank. So when I saw it, I said, what all this, for God's sake? These people are creating confusion now. Before I know it, they have opened another account at the Standard Bank, which they instructed all the members to be paying into.
Comrade.
Already,
you explained some things that really you did not mention what transpired that makes sense to decide that we want to have another faction. But I want to believe that these people can also sleep and wake up in the day and say we want to go our separate ways, we want to have our separate name and the rest. Well, whatever happens, I'm not interested. But how does this get to the government? Because when you go on social media, the recyclers or vendors is not being mentioned so much like the government.
Yes.
In fact, some go as far as mentioning the essays that just left. So now, I want to know how the conflicts between in your own association, in between your association, now gets to the government.
Okay. I think where the issue starts up is because they are being denied of registered multiple license in one company. And they believe that anybody that challenge them on that authority does not want them to move forward. And this so-called themselves the suspension executive.
Suspended executive.
Yes, they are already been suspended before the arrival of the
okay.
He came in June 2024. They have already been suspended since 2023 November.
They paraded themselves to the new.
Yes.
Of course.
The new government to know that they
are yes, of course. And what I did in that area is because I'm a law-abiding citizen, I don't want to take law into my hand. Because during the first day they are suspended, I wrote a letter to the Honorable Commissioner for Environment, which is the one still managing the two factors.
Yes.
The both Obama and the Ministry of Environment is the one managing it. I wrote a letter to him that this so-called my executive has been giving them a suspension. I copied the DSS, copied the Commissioner of Police, NDCC, and all the area commanders and the DPO as well. The very day I sent a letter of the suspension to them, they quickly called a meeting So I wanted to stop the meeting. I called the DSS, the director of DSS in Ogun State here, and he said what I can do is they can only send their officer there to see what they can do. And they send their officer there. They insisted not to take the letter of the suspension. But with the appealing from the DSS that before you can proceed doing any meeting, yes, you have to take up the letter first. Then after you might take the letter first, so you cannot.
Comrade, how do you go about mending your wall? Because the crack in your own wall is what we are having this noise all about. Now you have come, people, the citizens would not know what's going on. What they feel is that the vendors in Ogun State are actually alleging the state government of extortion, multiple registration, until you are here now to explain that those who are in the act, who are doing it, are actually the suspended members or executive who are not recognized by government.
And they're not even doing it because of government, maybe because of you.
Maybe they are doing it for personal interest. Nobody would know. Maybe it's an attack on you, your own leadership. Nobody would know. But of course, now this is centered on government. How do you address the crack in your own wall to ensure that government will not be bearing the brunt? What is going to happen now that you think you are recognized? You are the president of the vendors. You believe you are the registered vendors association in Ogun State. They are illegal. How do you go about addressing that so I will not continue to have such this current reoccurring again?
It's a simple thing. Because yearly all vendors are registered, and we do have workshop once in a year as well to dialogue with the authority on what to do and on what not to do.
Instead of going to dialogue with government, are you not going to have one-on-one deliberation with your people first and have a settled conversation, have an agreement so that at the end of the day, government will not have to be dealing with multiple vendors. There should be one recognized vendor which you are thinking you are standing for today. So how do you go about, are you not going to have a meeting with the vendors and the aggrieved ones? There should be a meeting.
Before you answer, don't answer everything together because of
actually,
I think the issue is just within you. It doesn't have anything to do with government.
Of course.
Now, I am just saying it maybe as a form of advice. Before you even go to the government at all, you need to mend your walls. Call your people together, reach conclusions. Then you can now go to the government.
That's why I'm asking him that when he's saying there's going to be a periodic meeting, can you just think of having that meeting within?
Yes.
The aggrieved sector, yourself, and see how you can have a meeting point so that government will not have to be dealing with issues like this, because it's kind of black naming the government.
Of course, really, of course.
So,
and they just it for their own interest, not in the interest of all the families.
How do we correct this?
No, how to correct it? I'm just appealing to the state government to give us a second chance by calling my members, dialogue with them, look for way forward. So I think that's the
exactly what you need to do, because if you are not careful, sometimes the government will kukuma say you should go, all the vendors that you should. If you are unable to settle your problem, the government will be left with no choice than to discard all the vendors and let go of you people. Good. Thank God we are able to resolve something today.
Yes, and I'm sure the SA too will be happy.
Of course, thank God. The government, not even SA here, because people should not know the difference between government and SA. We're talking about
that's it.
Thank you so much. We have to go because of our time today. Yes, it is about our environment. It's about ensuring a clean and safer environment. Let us also ensure that we play our part. Yes, dispute is inevitable in any society. You are going to have it. But of course, what are we doing to ensure that it does not continue? What are we doing to nip everything in the bud? That is why this program is bringing to your viewing pleasure this conversation today. Join us again next week for another robust conversation on another interesting topic. Until next week, my name is Moreni Keji Shobaleju. I'm doing Sola. Bye for now.